Hey everybody, it's Sam here from Sugar Spun Run, and today I'll be showing you how to make gingerbread cookie bars. These gingerbread cookie bars are inspired by one of my favorite holiday cookies, but these are so much simpler because you can make them in just one pan. To get started, you'll want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, you will need 3/4 cup of unsalted butter, and you're going to want to melt this in a large bowl. We are going to add a cup of tightly packed dark brown sugar to the bowl, and we're also going to add a 1/4 cup of unsulphered molasses. We'll give everything a good stir until our ingredients are nicely combined. Now we will add 1 large egg, and I like this to be at room temperature. And we'll also add a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And just stir that together. All right, now set this aside. All right, now you're going to need a separate bowl, and you'll need 2 cups plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We'll add a teaspoon of cornstarch to help keep these bars nice and chewy, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and now of course our spices. You'll need 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, 1½ teaspoons of ground cinnamon, just a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. We'll just stir these together until everything's nicely combined. Okay, this looks pretty good, so now we will bring back our butter mixture, and we're just going to gradually add our flour mixture into here, stirring until everything is nicely combined. And make sure you get all of that flour worked into your batter. Now you will portion your gingerbread cookie bar batter into a 13×9 pan. Now you can either grease and flour this pan, but I prefer to use parchment paper. It's just going to make it easy for me to lift out those bars out of the pan when they finish cooling and ice them a little more easily. Make sure you spread your dough evenly into the pan. Now keep in mind, if you're using a glass baking dish, it is going to take your gingerbread cookie bars longer to bake in the oven. Now we will bake these cookie bars in our 350 degree Fahrenheit preheated oven for about 22 minutes. What you're looking for is the edges to be beginning to turn just a lightly darker brown. The center should be set. If you insert a toothpick, it should come out with a few moist crumbs, but do not overbake these bars or they will come out dry. Now while those gingerbread bars are cooling, we are going to make our cream cheese frosting. For the frosting, you are going to need 6 ounces of softened cream cheese and 6 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter. We'll add these into a large bowl, and we'll also add a 1/2 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And because we used unsalted butter, we're also going to add just a dash of salt. This is about an 1/8 teaspoon. If you used salted butter, you can skip this step. Now you will need an electric mixer, and we'll cream these together until the butter and cream cheese are nicely combined. Now you'll need to add 2 1/4 cups of powdered sugar. Now you'll just want to add this gradually. You don't want to send sugar flying everywhere, and we'll use our mixer to beat everything together until combined. Now there's one more ingredient I like to add to my cream cheese frosting for this cookie bar recipe, and that's 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Now powdered sugar already has cornstarch in it. We are just adding a little bit extra to encourage that frosting to crust after it's had time to set on our cookie bars. That way it's not super creamy and messy, it's going to be a little bit more firm. Now I'm just going to use a spatula to scrape the sides and the bottom of this bowl. I want to make sure all of that sugar is nicely incorporated. I don't want to have any clumps of sugar. So at this point, your frosting is finished, but you do not want to add it to your cookie bars until they have cooled completely. Once they have cooled, you can either spread this evenly over the cookie bar or you can pipe it on top. I usually prefer to pipe it on top. I think it just makes the cookies look a little bit prettier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this frosting into a piping bag that's been fitted with a Wilton 2B tip. You can use any tip you prefer. And I'm just gonna pipe this frosting evenly over top the cookie bars. Of course, I also like to decorate my cookie bars with a few colorful Christmas colored sprinkles. And that's how to make gingerbread cookie bars. Super simple and perfect for the holidays. If you guys try this recipe out, please let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hey, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and here are a few other videos you might enjoy as well.